Yo, JD here, and we're here for my fourth track in the Hotlap and setup series. We're at Baku, Azerbaijan here today, and as usual trying to get the best possible exit onto probably the longest straight par Mexico on the F1 calendar. And this track is really quite difficult actually. It seems that the assist runners with the ABS on and traction on medium seem to thrive quite a bit around here, so I feel this lap was pretty good. Completely clean with no corner cuts, which again I think for the left-handed of a lap you'll be able to see. But now moving on to yourself, so going to max speed, 8th gear going to, you want to be braking about 120 meters out, taking half the curb on the entry, get a really nice line on the exit. And now again you want to be braking about 75 meters for this corner, 2nd gear to really bite the car into it, DRS as early as you can, and then going up through the gears you want to be going for 8th gear. And towards the end of this straight you want to be braking again about the 125 meters. It's very difficult to spot this braking zone, actually just before the 150 meter board in fact here. And for this corner, just before the 50 meter board, that's your braking in point. 2nd gear once again, just to get that extra turn in. And this about 75 meters out, so just between the two last boards. 3rd gear, as it ends on the left hand side, that's your turning in point. Going into super tight right hand, and now we'll be braking again around about 75 meters. Clipping, just kissing that apex, and going through the castle section. Again, just before the 50 meter board, take as much curb as possible, stay as far right as possible before going into the left-hander, use all the track on the exit, and now you want to go all the way to 7th gear for this corner, completely flat out, and you want to be looking for the black box on the right-hand side of the track. As you pass that, about a second after that, that's your turning in point. Try and kiss that apex. Going into this 100 meter board, you want to be braking just after that 3rd gear. Try and get a best possible exit onto the straight because it will carry it down. There's completely, I think it's over a mile long straight going down here, so complete flat out for us left right. 8th gear, looking for the DRS sign because again it's quite easy to miss around this track, so making sure you hit that just about here. Now running away to the line now, stay round to about to the left hand side to a shortest distance of the track, and we've done a 1:37.0 here today, which I felt was a pretty good lap. I think the world record, I think it's a 36.5 or 36.4, or we'll be able to see it now, which is a 36.4, which is running, I believe that's ABS. We're the highest non-assist runner. I actually did test with assists, and I can confirm you've run about 100% brake pressure. You can gain a significant amount of time, and you can also cut the left-hander towards the end of a lap, just before sector 3 as well. So I felt this time was pretty respectable. No, I can definitely improve towards the end of the game, but as you can see here, 1.4 wings, you really need it around the straight. Transmission just for controlling that traction, and for the suspension geometry, same as usual. Suspension free, really the curbs are really quite aggressive around here, so you really want to run quite a soft suspension just so you can glide over them. 11 on the front anti-roll bar, again for that biting into the corner. I believe you ran the same around Melbourne as well. And for the 5.6, I thought just a little bit more on the rear this time. Just felt a little bit, just didn't really feel quite right running 3.3 or 5.5. As for the brakes, personal preference, quite easy to lock up because you really have to use the curbs around here, which is why my suspension is the way it is. And that's why I ran a slightly lower brake pressure, because it was just easier not to lock up and turning into the corner. 54 again, just a little bit more stopping power. As for the tyre pressures, just lower on the rear just to get extra traction, but it's quite a slippery track around here. And for the weight distribution, it's actually 8 instead of 7. It was in the last video, I believe. So that is my setup around here. We're able to see how much time we lost compared to the leader. We lost almost 3/10 in the first sector, which is pretty much just all braking in the first and second sector. So I feel with assists on, this is quite a good track on the last game. That seemed to be the case as well. No doubt, I think I can get very close to that of no assist, but it will just take a lot of time. But hopefully you found this useful, because this set was really comfortable for me to use, and I believe it's very quick on no assist. So give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Next track is coming up tomorrow, so a new track every single day. Hope you're enjoying, and see you next time. Peace.